Alright, let's take a look at the build you just saw in the ISA, the phaser beam build on the fleet Arbiter Battlecruiser. I'm using the prolonged engagement phaser beam array and then 3 regular phaser beam array pen. Then the quantum phase torpedo, the elite intervention protomatter deflector array from the colony, the prevailing fortified impulse engines from the competitive reputation, then the Bajorn warp core and shield, which give the 2-piece bonus for phaser disruptor and plasma damage. Then in the back I used the Trilithium enhanced omnidirectional phaser beam array, regular omnidirectional phaser beam array, and a normal beam array. Then my devices, I used the red matter capacitor, subspace field modulator, and battery energy amplifiers. Then the consoles, I used the engineering console reinforced armaments, which is the 2-piece with the Trilithium enhanced, which gives 5% firing cycle haste and flight speed. Then I used the binaural infusion circuits for the crit severity, the tachykinetic converter for the severity and the chance. The turn rate's also nice. And then the dynamic power redistribution module, one of the strongest consoles in the game, together with the disruption pulse emitter, which they both have a nice set together, which is the 33% phaser disruptor and plasma damage. Then the side console, I used the universal quantum phase converter for the 25% phaser damage, and the drain expertise together with the 2-piece for the torpedo, which makes the torpedo better. Then I used the console universal domino for the clicky and in this case also for the phaser damage and the accuracy. And then the tactical vulnerability locators, 4 times phaser. I have my stats here, stationary under anchored, and let's move a little bit, and then everything should pop back normal, and not under anchored. And let's go to my skills, which is pretty much the standards I always use. Some small fluctuations, but usually basically the same. Specialization, miracle worker, and strategist. Intelligence works fine too. In this case I was running miracle worker. Then we have traits. Honored Death, the survivability trait. Beam barrage, gives some more beam damage. EPS manifold, 10 all powers, all subsystem powers. Not the greatest, you could change this to something else, but it works. Fluidic cocoon for the extra energy damage when hit by kinetic. Inspirational leader. Intense focus for the damage stack during combat. Beam barrage or beam training, which can be superior, which makes it better. Fleet coordinator, because you're on a team and it just buffs right. And anchored, also for the damage stack and buff. Then starship traits, the emergency weapon cycles, which is just awesome, always use that. Redirecting arrays to extend fire at will. Supercharged weapons, which gives your energy weapons a boost after you fired torpedoes. And highly specialized to give you a boost after you've used intelligence officers or highly, specialists. And lastly, cold-hearted, because it's just a very good trait. Then the space reputation, the energy refrequencer for the heal, the precision for the crit chance, the auxiliary power to damage for the damage bonus, advanced targeting for the critical severity, and controlled countermeasures for the bonus energy damage against enemies that are under cold-hearted or are controlled. And then the active reputation, the regular all 4 space ones pretty much. Well, the 5th one if you have the 5th unlocked. And then the stations, pretty much what I always use on an Arbiter. That's why I like the ship so much, is it just slots whatever I want. Chemosite 1, Beta 1, Spread 3, Intelligence Team 1, Override Subsystems 2, Fire Build 3, Tech Team 1, Engineering Team 1, Oxtabat 1, Emergency Power to Weapons 3, Oxtabat 3, and then Science Team 1 and Hazard Emitters 2. And lastly, the duty officers, which are the projectile with chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes, the damage against Borg, the attack pattern beta restores hull, and 3 technicians for the cold-hearted and Oxtabat. And that is this build. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe.